We hire the worst actors in New York and open on Broadway. And before you can say step 5, we close on Broadway.
Welcome to MsMojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the best musical of each year from 2000 to 2020.
I've lost roles to Nathan Lane, but now I got my break here. Famous hands to shake here. The scenery is fake here, but there's a giant snake here.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most iconic shows that have dominated Broadway since the start of the millennium. And while we can all agree that the new Oklahoma was spectacular, revivals will not be featured on our list. Did we include your favorite musical of the last 2 decades? Let us know in the comments.
So let's start, cause you've got an awfully long way to go.
2000, Aida. This was the year that Contact won the Tony for Best Musical and Dr. Seuss tried to take on Broadway. It was also the year that Elton John, Tim Rice, and Disney decided to reinterpret Giuseppe Verdi's opera of the same name for the masses. Aida took Broadway by storm with its powerful story and outstanding music. And we'd be remiss not to mention the stirring performances from Heather Headley as Aida, Adam Pascal as Radames, and Sherry Renee Scott as Amneris.
I would rather wear a barrel than conservative apparel, for dress has always been my strongest suit.
The show won 4 of its 5 Tony Award nominations, including Best Original Score, and got the Grammy for Best Musical Show Album.
Did I take a step too far?
2001, The Producers. Did you know that as of 2021, The Producers still holds the record for most Tony wins?
We can't miss.
Originally a 1967 film by Mel Brooks, this adaptation features Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick as the titular producers.
The 2 cardinal rules of being a Broadway producer are 1, never put your own money in the show. And 2, never put your own money in the show!
We watch as they set out to stage a flop musical in a zany get-rich-quick scheme. Running for 2,502 performances, musical theater lovers showed that they enjoyed a good-spirited send-up of the genre.
Mr. B, all
We can do it.
Song you've got me
We
wrong.
can
I'll sing
grab
so long
that
I'm not as strong a
holy
person as you
grail.
think.
We can do it.
Mr. B, all
We
I've got
can
to take
do
a
it.
look.
But maybe eccentric ploys, showbiz caricatures, and a musical dedicated to Nazi Germany just isn't for you. In that case, you could also have seen Jonathan Larson's Tick Tick Boom debut in 2001. Or you could have danced in the aisles at Mamma Mia.
Watch
2002, Hairspray. In 2002, Mark Shaman and Scott Whitman gave John Waters' 1988 film a musical makeover. Inspired by real events, we follow teen Tracy Turnblad as she pursues her dream to dance on The Corny Collins Show. In the process, she fights back against the racial segregation in 1960s Baltimore.
Yes, I know that the world's spinning fast now, but you gotta get yourself a brand new start. Hey, mama, welcome to the 60s.
The story is told through dance music and rhythm and blues, and indeed, it's the show's ability to balance the fun, lighthearted numbers with the more poignant moments that still draws in audiences today.
Darling, I'll be yours forever, 'cause I never wanna be
Without love.
so darling, never set me free.
I'll be yours forever.
Over the years, this multi-award-winning musical has repeatedly thrived both on stage and screen, proving that it's a timeless classic.
The world keeps spinning round and round, and my heart keeps time to the speed of sound. I will love till I heard the drums and I find my way, but you can't stop me.
2003, Wicked. When Wicked first opened, it defied all expectations and gravity to become one of the most popular musicals ever.
I know about popular, and with an assist from me to be who you'll be instead of dreary who you were, well, are. There's nothing that can stop you from becoming popular.
In fact, it emerged as one of the Gershwin Theater's most profitable shows. Another adaptation, this musical is based on Gregory Maguire's book. Set in Oz, it chronicles the events prior to Dorothy's trip down the yellow brick road, so that by the time she arrives, we've gained a much deeper understanding of who the witches are.
One short day in the Emerald City, one short day full of so much to do.
Thanks to its heartwarming story, spellbinding songs, and sensational talent, Wicked quickly became a cultural and universal phenomenon. Despite being one of the most celebrated musicals around, however, it lost out on the Tony for Best Musical.
To those who ground me, take a message back from me. Tell them how I am defying gravity.
That honor went to some rather naughty puppets instead.
And as you know, I have a gigantic heart, so why don't I have a boyfriend? It sucks to be me.
2004, Caroline or Change. This musical follows Caroline, a black maid working for a middle-class Jewish family, the Gelmans, in 1960s Louisiana.
Don't want them dressed for play. I put all that away. And once it was bright. That's all I got to say.
In a crucial moment, Caroline's told by her employers that her pay won't increase, but that she can keep any spare change she finds in 8-year-old Noah's pockets. But when she finds a 20, it causes an ethical and financial crisis seeped in racial tension.
Some folks do all kind of things, and black folks someday will live like kings, and someday sunshine shine on them. Oh, sure!
Janine Tesori's music and Tony Kushner's book and lyrics come together to tell this tale through a wide range of musical genres, including blues, Motown, spirituals, and klezmer. Though it had a short run, this Tony-nominated show sure left its mark on the theater world, enticing critics and audiences alike. The proof of its success is that it was revived in 2021.
Can you tell me now why I cry out loud? How long this been going on?
2005, The Color Purple. In 2005, the Tony-winning cast of Spamalot galloped their way into the Shubert Theater. That same year, though, the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel and 1985 movie The Color Purple presented its musical makeover to theater audiences too. Seen through its protagonist Celie's eyes, the story follows the trials, tribulations, and eventual triumph of this African-American teenager.
'Cause when a man just don't give a damn, hell no. Hell no!
Leading lady LaChanze's moving and powerful performance earned her the 2006 Tony for Best Actress in a Musical.
But most of all, I'm thankful for loving who I really am.
The show received a whopping 11 nominations at the prestigious awards as well, including Best Musical. But it was the ever-popular Jersey Boys that took the win.
Loves you, pretty mama, who's always there to make it right. Who loves you? Who loves you, pretty baby?
2006, Spring Awakening. This coming-of-age rock musical takes place in late 19th century Germany and puts a spotlight on typically controversial topics. It explores themes of sexuality, change, rebellion, and the importance of education and self-expression. The story is told through an eclectic soundtrack that perfectly mirrors the confusion and angst of its characters.
Not an inch more room to self-destruct. No more moves, oh yeah, the dead end zone. Man, you just can't call your soul your own.
And you might recognize some of its original cast, which featured Leah Michele, Jonathan Groff, and Skylar Astin.
Only in and out your lips, the broken wish is washing with them to touch me.
The show's refreshing honesty was a hit with audiences, and it quickly collected a massive accolades. Among those were Best Musical at the Tonys, Best New Musical at the Olivier Awards, and Best Musical Theater Album at the Grammys.
That's the bitch, yeah, just the bitch of living as someone you can't stand.
2007, Legally Blonde. Lawrence O'Keefe, Nell Benjamin, and Heather Hatch took one of the most quotable movies of the 2000s and set it to music. And oh my god, you guys, it was a pink-filled, fun-loving, and high-energy spectacular, with Laura Bell Bundy stepping into Elle's designer shoes seamlessly.
Oh my god, you guys! So help me dress for my fairy tale. Can't wear something I bought on sale. Love is like forever, this is no time to economize.
As much as we loved the film, it felt like this story and its characters were destined for the stage. Ironically, the 2001 movie's iconic bend and snap scene was originally going to be a full-out musical number. Although the show didn't win any of the 7 Tonys it was nominated for, it did snag the Olivier Award for Best New Musical. What, like it's hard?
Making clear you must admit that Elwood should join the chosen few. Harvard, what you want is right in front of
2008, In the Heights. Back in 2008, Broadway was introduced to a multi-talented young star named Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I am snobby and you probably never heard my name. Reports of my fame are greatly exaggerated, exacerbated by the fact that my syntax is highly complicated.
He started crafting this musical in college as an ode to the Washington Heights neighborhood close to where he grew up. Combining hip-hop and Latin music, In the Heights played to outstanding acclaim and has since been viewed by audiences around the world.
And one day, I'm hopping that elevated train and I'm riding away. It won't be long now.
It even beat out the rock musical Passing Strange for Best Musical at the Tony Awards. And this was also the year that Billy Elliot transferred to Broadway. But after Heights' immense success, it was clear that we'd be seeing a lot more of Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Get the dough and 96,000. We get going, 96,000. We'll get the dough, and once we get going, we're never gonna stop.
2009, Next to Normal. Although it wasn't the first musical to delve into serious subjects, Next to Normal was groundbreaking for the direct way it addressed mental illness. It provided thoughtful insight into the Goodman family's experiences with grief, bipolar disorder, and psychiatry. The Tony Award-winning score delved further into each character's psyche, conveying their inner frustration and turmoil. But that isn't to say the show was devoid of humor.
I'm alive, I am so alive. Put our feet on the fear that's behind your eyes. And I need you to need me, it's no surprise, I'm alive.
The incredibly talented cast kept audiences gripped with a story that was both stimulating and entertaining. And in 2010, Next to Normal won the Pulitzer Prize for Drama, which is impressive to say the least.
Superboy and the invisible girl, son of steel and daughter of air. He's a hero, a lover, a prince, she's not there.
2010, Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson. An irreverent comedic rock drama, this musical offered tongue-in-cheek commentary on political populism.
Yeah.
From the minds of Michael Friedman and Alex Timbers, it tells the life story of former US President Andrew Jackson. Of course, there's a twist. In Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson, he's also an emo rocker.
You always said I should be like that guy, but guess what? I'm telling you, I'm not that guy.
Understandably, the production turned a few heads, and not always for the right reasons. Its portrayal of Native Americans and the Indian Removal Act were particularly controversial. Nevertheless, off-Broadway audiences enjoyed its dark and anarchistic sense of humor. However, the show's Broadway transfer was arguably less successful, closing after only a few months. Still, there's no doubt it was memorable.
No place in democracy for your brand of aristocracy. Take that crap back to Virginia. Or Massachusetts, why don't you just shoot me in the head? Cause you know I'd be better off dead.
2011, The Book of Mormon. Catch Me If You Can was a strong contender for a 2011 pick. But The Book of Mormon truly had audiences queuing up in hopes of scoring a ticket, so it was the obvious choice.
Does it mean no worries for the rest of our days?
Kind of. We've had no rent in several days.
Created by Trey Parker and Matt Stone of South Park fame, with EGOT winner Robert Lopez, the musical affectionately pokes fun at some of the titular religion's more peculiar features.
I believe that God has a plan for all of us. I believe that plan involves me getting my own planet.
In addition to its 9 Tonys and 1 Grammy, the show's soundtrack also climbed to number 3 on the Billboard charts. Raking in more than $500 million, The Book of Mormon has undoubtedly cemented itself as an iconic production.
You simply won't believe how much this book will change your life.
Hello, would you like to change religions? I have a free book written by Jesus!
2012, Newsies. From understated folksy musicals like Once to those with mind-blowing choreography like Newsies, 2012 certainly kept musical theater fans fed. Based on the 1992 Disney cult classic, the latter show is a retelling of the New York newsboy strike of 1899.
The world will know that we've been here.
The story was written by Harvey Fierstein and features a Tony Award-winning score full of both old and new songs by Jack Feldman and Alan Menken. Unlike its movie counterpart, the stage production was an instant hit, proving that there's nothing quite like live theater. It probably won't surprise you to learn that Newsies also won the Tony for Best Choreography. Just look at him go. 2013, Kinky Boots. This was the year that Matilda the Musical captured our hearts and A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder made us laugh. However, it was Kinky Boots that had audiences saying yeah as it strutted onto Broadway. With a book again by Harvey Fierstein and a score by Cyndi Lauper, this show follows an unexpected alliance between Charlie the shoe factory owner and a drag queen named Lola. Kinky Boots somewhat surprised critics by excelling during award season, even winning the Tony for Best Musical. Plus, Lauper's win for Best Original Score that evening made her the first woman to snag the prize by herself. This show was funny, uplifting, and taught us to unapologetically be ourselves. It's no wonder it's beloved.
Feed you fire to take you higher. We'll light you up like a live wire. Celebrate you to elevate you.
2014, Aladdin. Disney knows how to produce a crowd pleaser, and the musical adaptation of Aladdin was no exception.
Oh, and did I mention? Everybody sing!
Arabian Night.
Filled with the classics, it had the perfect amount of nostalgia for fans of the 1992 flick. However, there were new characters and songs, in addition to some that had previously ended up on the cutting room floor.
Someone's gonna make good, cross his stupid heart. Make good and finally make you proud of your boy.
And in true Disney fashion, this show was chock full of magical moments. It was practically impossible to watch it without grinning from ear to ear.
Mr. Aladdin, sir, have a wish or 2 or 3. I'm on the job, you big neighbor, you ain't never had a friend like.
But still, for audiences after more mature content, 2014 also gave us The Bridges of Madison County and Beautiful, the Carole King musical. 2015, Hamilton. Who would have thought that a hip-hop musical about a founding father would become such a global phenomenon?
Past patiently waiting and passionately smashing every expectation, every action's an act of creation. I'm laughing in the face of casualties of sorrow. For the first time I'm thinking past tomorrow.
In fact, tickets to Lin-Manuel Miranda's Hamilton were like gold dust pretty much anywhere it opened, and it's easy to see why. Although the story takes place centuries ago, its layered narrative provides a poignant commentary on today's society. It includes a strong pro-immigration message and is a beautiful celebration of diversity.
Immigrants, we get the job done.
Plus, the production's attention to detail is mind-blowing. Through timely themes, an extraordinary soundtrack, and innovative storytelling, Miranda and the team behind the show reinvented musical theater. Hamilton dominated the award season and set the record for a musical with the most Tony nominations.
We won!
And did we mention it won a Pulitzer too? History definitely has its eyes on this show. 2016, Dear Evan Hansen. This was a bountiful year on Broadway, with the arrival of shows like Waitress, Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812, and, of course, Dear Evan Hansen. Pasek and Paul's musical, loosely inspired by true events, is about a socially anxious teen who implants himself into a story that isn't his.
What came before won't count anymore or matter. We can try that, it's not so impossible. Nobody else but the 2 of us here.
Naturally, Ben Platt blew us away as the titular character.
On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through a window.
What's more, the show's score is breathtakingly beautiful. While the story caused some contention, it also promoted very important conversations surrounding mental health.
If you only look around, you will be found.
The production's numerous accolades include 6 Tony Awards, like Best Musical and Best Original Score, and a Grammy. If you need more Evan Hansen in your life, there's also the 2021 film adaptation.
I already know you, and I love you.
2017, Come From Away. As 2017 rolled around, so too did The Band's Visit, Bandstand, and Anastasia. The most memorable Broadway debut of all, though, belonged to Come From Away, which shared the moving story of Newfoundlanders helping stranded strangers in the wake of 9/11.
Hey, come on inside, nothing ventured, nothing tried.
Only a couple people cried and
You'll be a Newfoundlander.
Writers Irene Sankoff and David Hine curated over 16,000 stories and set them to folk music in an effort to share this life-affirming true story with audiences.
Suddenly there's no one saying stay grounded, looking down, passing them by. Suddenly there's nothing in between me and the sky.
The show won 1 of 7 Tonys it was nominated for, and earned multiple Olivier Awards.
Ain't no man's an island, but an island makes a man.
especially when one comes from one like Newfoundland.
Welcome to the rock.
Told in just 100 minutes with a cast of just 12 actors, this heartwarming musical will make you laugh, cry, and celebrate the very best of humanity. 2018, The Prom. Taking inspiration from the 2010 Itawamba County School District's prom controversy, this show follows Emma's fight to attend the dance with her girlfriend.
I can guess your whole agenda.
You be Elfie, I'm Glinda. Let's show the school that tonight belongs to you.
With the help of some washed-up Broadway actors, she campaigns for an inclusive prom. But in her small town, it's an uphill battle. The musical was well received by audiences and critics, who enjoyed its energy, as well as its joyous message of acceptance and pride. It also reportedly marked the first time an LGBTQ+ kiss was broadcast during the Macy's parade. Broadway also further expanded its audience in 2018 with shows like Mean Girls, Disney's Frozen, and the jukebox musical Head Over Heels.
Acadians swear, our beat is divine.
2019, Beetlejuice. Granted, Hadestown was at the helm of this year's award season. And with Be More Chill, Broadway continued to explore a dark side. But this musical, based on Tim Burton's star-studded black comedy, garnered a huge following too. The fun and outrageous story is complemented by gripping songs both old and new. Plus, the show boasts an incredibly talented cast and Hollywood-level special effects. In September 2021, after its unexpected 2020 closure, it was announced that the Marquee Theater would bring Beetlejuice back for more. And that is great news.
I can show you what comes next, so don't be freaked. Stay in your seats. And yeah, I sing like this 8 shows a week.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. 2020, Six. Staged in concert form, Six remixes herstory to give Henry VIII's famous wives a voice.
Stop a pen and a microphone. History's about to get overthrown. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived.
The Six Queens form a pop group and compete over who had it worse as they battle it out for the lead spot.
You think for a moment I print you a moment. Just hold a fast.
The women are modeled after some of our favorite stars, which gives the musical a fun contemporary touch. But when Toby Marlowe and Lucy Moss wrote the show in university, they perhaps didn't imagine that it would one day reign on Broadway. Now that theater is finally back, however, we can't wait to see productions like Six finally get their chance to thrive. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.